this is Nawson, and what you're watching is a highlight reel from my playthrough of Nioh 2. This footage was captured in-game through the NVIDIA capture system that you can turn on. Basically, it like detects when something interesting is happening in the game, like if you do a successful burst counter, or if you die, or if you kill a boss. So this pretty much is only going to be consisting of boss kills. And it's going to make me look real good too, because I think I pretty much deleted all the parts where I die. But I did die, particularly a lot in the beginning. But once you get the hang of this game, or at least when I got the hang of this game, I didn't really die much at all. My character looked pretty stupid at this point. At this point of the game, you don't really have a whole lot of different gear. So even though I knew about the refashioning, I didn't know that you could, for one thing, take your hat off. So and all my hats were stupid. That was actually the best looking hat I could use. My character was a magic build. I didn't want him to look like a generic samurai. Yeah, that's my one complaint about this game, I'd say, is it needs some better clothes. I was on a big Dark Souls kick. When I played through this game, I had already played through Elden Ring. I played through Elden Ring, beat Millennia. After that I played Sekiro. And I beat Sekiro on New Game Plus, then I played this. And I was like, oh, well, you know, I'll play a more casual Souls game. That'll be a fun change of pace. Which to me, this game actually was. I do think this game is easier than both those games. I also think it's a lot more fun. There's a lot more character customization. There's a lot more you can do. I'm actually still playing it. I played through all the DLCs after I did this main playthrough, and I turned off the video capturing. I played a lot more online now. When I was beating the main campaign, and actually, yeah, the DLC too. The main campaign in general, I didn't really use the online community. Just because what ends up happening is you summon somebody and then they just charge through the whole level and kill everything. It is recommendable that, I mean, if you care about the challenge and just getting the full experience of the game, you probably want to avoid using the gate, the Torii gate, I think it's called. Unless you're doing like the side missions. This is Imagawa Yoshimoto. This is one of my favorite characters in the game. He's pretty cool. The rest, actually, he's probably the only memorable character in the game. The rest of them are just generic Japanese samurai. Here I changed my character to a girl, and I think after that I changed back. Yeah, I changed back to a male. You can change the appearance of your character whenever. Yeah, this was the boss that I struggled the most on out of any other boss in the game. I cut out all the other attempts. Must have been like 20 or so. This was the biggest difficulty curve for me. Throughout the whole game, this is one of the hardest, like, basic yokai to beat. I don't know if that's the first time you see that yokai. It might be. I think that's called a Karasu Tengu. Yeah. Here's another one. Yep, I gotta pause and play again because my video editor struggles with buffering for whatever reason. And my character looked a little bit cooler at this point. I ultimately ended up going with the female model and stuck with that for the rest of the game. That'll be happening pretty shortly here. This half hour is the highlights from, I think, about 100 hours of gameplay. I was about at the 100-hour mark when I finally beat Otakimaru. Excuse me while I butcher the Japanese language. It was about at this point in the game where I was getting really good. And this combo you see, to this day I still use that same combo. Where I'm in mid stance and then follow it up with the switch to the single high stance attack. You'll be seeing that for the rest of the video. It gets the job done. This is one of the dojo missions. You have to beat these dojo missions to unlock parts of the skill tree. This was for the Omio Mage skill tree. It's kind of annoying too, because in these missions, your inventory is set. So if you're used to having certain items in certain places, you can't change it. You have to kind of adjust on the fly. Like I wasn't used to having my debuff at the bottom there. I wasn't used to having my weapon buff at the right. Oh, this is the first encounter with the, I think they're called a Weiru. That's a pretty tough yokai to beat the first time you encounter it. Just the moveset's got a whole bunch of unpleasant surprises. That's kind of Souls games 101. The enemies are constantly screwing with your timing and doing insta attacks that you don't expect. I did in the main mission summon acolytes. So there's two different ways you can summon. There's the Torii Gate system where you summon like actual players, and then there's the acolytes, which are, they're an AI, but they're an AI of other characters. Place their like summoning signs down. So you summon another player like within the level, but it's not the actual player, it's an AI playing their build. So those I did use. Mainly because, I mean, they're just kind of part of the game. Even if you're not playing online, there's NPC acolytes. I don't even remember this. Just some side mission. I actually collected all of the Kodama in every single level. Got the achievements for that. Those are the little green people. They give you a bonus, like you get more elixir drops or more item drops, whichever you pick. As I said before, I'm still playing this game and I'm still using the same build. Still using a switchblade. I'm at level 200 at this point, and I just go into the Torii Gate and let myself be summoned by random people. I'm in the second playthrough, the New Game Plus, but I'm not really taking it as seriously. You keep all the Kodama to the New Game Pluses. This was a pretty annoying boss. It has ridiculous insta attacks. It flies up into the air. You can't hit it. I didn't notice when I first beat him that I actually knocked out all 3 of his eyes on the finishing blow. I think I must have died here. I don't know why else I would have captured it. Yeah. I think that was the one death I actually saved. I died plenty. Another Tengu is the main boss. There is a lot of recycled content in this game. You fight the same, like even in the main missions, you fight a lot of the same yokai over and over and over again. I probably had the shakes at this point. 1 elixir left. Fight's getting intense. And this guy doesn't give you a whole lot of wiggle room. Here's already, this is a refight. This is probably a side mission. Side missions typically end with a recycled boss fight. This guy's not too bad, particularly if you use fire against him. Which is about to happen now. The Where is Soul Core? Yeah, I could go on about the systems in the game. There's a lot of different ways to upgrade your character. There's obviously the gear. system of gear dropping and rarity and stuff is a lot like Diablo 2. Obviously there's leveling, but the leveling is coupled with scaling, like whatever your main weapon is scales off of the stats that you increase. Certain ones anyway, like each weapon has like a couple of skills that scale the damage on it. So you have to kind of plan your build around whatever your main weapon is. There's that, and then there's the soul cores, which the soul cores are equipped to your guardian spirit, and the guardian spirit has like damage and defense multipliers that work along with it. So certain soul cores work better with certain guardian spirits. And on top of that, there's like an achievement system, and your achievements give you points to spend. Here's Lord Oda Nobunaga. The main mission in this game, I guess, is Japanese historical fiction. It's all about like the feudal age in Japan and how Japan eventually became united from its different factions, and I guess this character was an important part of that. Lord Nobunaga, who like I guess unified a large portion of Japan at some point. I ended up finding that out because I noticed that during the main campaign, like a lot of characters were just touted as being important people, apropos of nothing. Like the scene where Nobunaga's presented to you, everyone's all revering him, and it's like implicitly the game kind of suggests to you that he's this big deal. So I was naturally like, well, who the heck is this guy, and why would I care? I looked into it, it's like, oh, okay, this is an actual Japanese figure. Yoshimoto is too. As you can see, I just used what's it called? The spirit ability or whatever of the Tengu. This to me was the hardest boss in the game. Even still, when I encounter this boss playing this game, I'm not sure how you're supposed to not get hit, because he gives you like no wiggle room to attack him. Between those two sides, something's always coming after you. So this is when I first changed to this female character. I ended up sticking with this, so my character looks pretty much just like this now, minus the headband and with some different clothes on. Heard people on forums say that they struggled a lot with this guy. I didn't. Oh, and the Guardian Spirit Genbu, I still use Genbu. I think that's the best Guardian Spirit for a mage build. Fighting him again on a side mission. That's pretty typical in the main campaign, when you do all the side missions for one area. There's like a side mission where you refight the main boss of that area. I never had a hard time with this boss. I guess he's a carryover from Nioh 1. spamming the Genbu yokai ability, which is awesome. Yeah, at this point I started mainly using water. I realize it's just generally a good element to use. It has an effect called saturation, which basically means the more water damage you inflict on someone, the more base damage water does. Good old Mizuki and Gozuki fight. That's done a couple of times in side missions. I didn't actually catch that last hit. Something did a lot of damage there. I don't know if it was me or my acolyte there. Burst countering that attack is tricky. It took me a while to figure it out. First time I fought the Yatsu no Kami. Some of the burst counter timings are nebulous. Like some of them are straightforward, but some of them are odd. Like they don't activate when you expect them to. Bosses felled like that, you want to take advantage of it and do the grapple attack. Does a lot of damage. This was a gimmick fight. It was still pretty hard. But yeah, it's a gimmick. Take out all these side thingies and then attack the main thingy. Kill all the little thingies to attack the main thingy. And then kill the house. Spoiler alert, by the way. This is all the main bosses in the main game. This guy again, huh? Nice counter. That's a hard move to counter. I think this is the post-interim refight of this guy. Fight him a lot earlier on. Nope, he caught me. This is never-ending grapple move. His moves are actually pretty tricky. Ashen Koji. Huh. You actually fight this guy after your old sidekick, Yoshi. So, I guess my videos are a little bit out of order. I didn't realize that. Doesn't matter. This is getting close to the end of the game here. I actually first tried this, which is probably unusual because you end up having, this ends up being like at least 3 boss fights in a row.
How long is it since I've enjoyed a battle? So, let's have a good fight. I felt that.
This was basically a boss rush of all the human boss fights throughout the game. It's pretty hard. You have to beat like, I don't know, seven or eight guys all in a row, no break. No replenishments for any of your magic or your buffs or debuffs or your elixirs.
Shall we begin?
It's a side mission on the last level. I think this is probably the hardest side mission in the main game. I would say, yeah, that's a fair statement. Whoa, that was some ninja stuff. Dodging all those fireballs.
Come on! Show me what you've got!
Show me what you've got!
Come on! Show me what you've got!
I'll show you what I've got! I've got one of these! And have one of those! Have that same combo. It's effective. If it works, why change it? Oh, and a grapple kill. Lastly, I think, is the Switchglaive girl. Oh, but first you fight Hanzo. Hanzo must be a famous Japanese figure because there's someone named Hanzo referenced in the Kill Bill movies. That's the guy who made the samurai swords. I believe his name was Hattori Hanzo. Sorry, and this is the end. You fight Mumyo. The Switchglaive lady. This is also the lady you have to fight to unlock all of the Switchglaive skills. Once your Switchglaive's skill gets to a certain point. Ooh, another grapple kill. That was pretty clutch. I think I might have first tried that. And here we have the final boss, so talk tomorrow. He is hard. I don't think he's harder than the two-sided guy. This is back when, oh, see, that's messed up. The timing on that burst counter is like purposely screwed up just to kill you. That was me like tapping the burst counter, trying to figure out when to do it. I don't think I ever mastered it during this fight, but you know, if you keep playing the game through the DLC and all that stuff, you end up refighting this guy a few times, and pretty much a master at countering that move now. He has phases, and his last phase, when he has all three swords out, that's when he gets really hard.
I'm coming. I'm going to ride to the rescue.
And the DLC refight of him is even harder than that. Like this phase here is when he's really hard. And that's it.
Come back to me.
And look at all that loot. That's when you first get green items. You don't get any green items before that.